This Cape Rugby TV feature is brought to you by Score Energy Drinks.
Hello everybody, welcome to another episode of Cape Rugby TV. A big thanks to our partners on board with us here, Score Energy Drinks, of course on board with Western Province Rugby and the Western Province Club Rugby Sevens, Thorburn Security Solutions, and of course Yes Electrical down on Voortrekker Road in Bellville. This is of course the show that takes a look at the clubs in Western Province, West Province Club Rugby. Nice full show for you this evening. We'll catch up with Morgan Newman, Hamilton's Rugby Football Club, but no stranger to Cape Rugby TV. Played for the Stormers, played for Western Province, and of course played for Hamilton's and for Marty. So a lot of experience in the world of Western Province Club Rugby. Then we go across the Eerste Rivier where we speak to Pedro April. Pedro is the chairman of the Eerste Rivier Rugby Football Club. They're of course busy with upgrading some of their facilities there where the players have been involved, and they've been busy with an outreach project where they've also included the Eerste Rivier Rugby women's side. And then we go to the Strand area where we speak to Janine De Lange, the chairperson of St. George's Rugby Football Club. And you will of course remember that we spoke to Janine not so long ago about the outreach projects that she is busy with on that side. And of course we hope that a lot of people watching tonight will get hold of us or get hold of the clubs that we're talking to see how they can help. And then we go across to False Bay where we again speak to Jono van der Walt, regular here on the show with us. And Jono and the False Bay side are keeping busy, the players are staying busy, and of course Jono van der Walt is now involved with Jerome Parvata and the Western Province Rugby under-21s. But on the line with us now, Gino Topley. Gino is of course the match and registration officer at Titans. We had Gino on the show just a few weeks ago as they were busy preparing for some of their activities in Grassy Park. Gino, it's great to have you on the show, man. Nice to have you back. How are you?
Good. Sun's out. I don't know. It's just weird. Everything's just changed weather-wise. It's just a different week. So yeah. Be good.
Do you know, when we last spoke, you were busy with your outreach project. You were busy raising funds and getting groceries and contributions in. Now we've seen the photographs. Tell us how it went.
Was really busy though. We wanted to cater for about 200 people, and then on the day, with our little containers we got, it was about 375, and then people that we actually fed on that day, and then we went out like a Meals on Wheels kind of thing as well, with no containers, and we probably did about 60 kgs of noodles, about 2 bowls of that, or pots, I would say, out there. So I would say plus minus 450, 500 people we fed on the day.
That's quite incredible. Tell us a little bit about the support team. I know that there were obviously a number of you involved in pulling this off.
Yes, now, firstly, it was Busy Corner. Mainly, I would say, again, thank you to them. They contributed massively to the event. Then we had USA, the United South African Party as well. They donated the breads, the butters, to go with the soup. And then we have to, again, say thank you to the Titans faithfuls, the older guys, the younger guys who actually pitched in as well. They gave out of their pockets as well and came out on the day just to help out. But on the forefront, I would just say again, thank you to those who actually contributed to helping making the pots, the coaches, their partners or their daughters, as well as the Mrs. Francis as well, one of our coaches' moms that also helped out there. And then, disaster risk management was there. SAPS of Grassy Park was there. Then we had the FMC there as well. So all in all, we would just want to say thank you to the community in the whole that actually helped out.
Are you going to do it again?
We are. We're excited to actually do it again. We were just actually done with the one on Saturday where we got a call to actually wanting to do it again from Busy Corner.
Yeah.
That we're going to be doing on the 24th. We're going to have our Bride Day, Heritage Day, handing out of the Boerewors rolls to 400 people. And then on the 26th, the Saturday, we're going to have our noodle run again, Meals on Wheels, that we're going to be doing, again, catering, looking at 400 people.
Gino, we'll say the same thing again we did last time. what can the folks that are watching right now, what can they do to help? What can they do to contribute? We know you've got Busy Corner there. They've been a partner to Titans Rugby Football Club for a long time. They're, of course, in the front of your jersey. But for the folks that are watching, maybe they're watching for the first time, if they want to contribute, and of course, maybe just tell us in which areas the benefits are going to. But how do people contribute and where will it go?
Our details, again, are on social media. If they want to get hold of us, we are on Facebook. And then with the small businesses that also stepped up on Saturday, like the way as Iceberg as well, that actually contributed. They did it all via social media, be it WhatsApp, be it Instagram, be it on Facebook. And then if they want to do the exact same thing, the FMC, once again, they're always getting involved with community projects and things like that. They can contact us there.
This again, the beneficiary areas where you'll be reaching out to.
Next up would be the Pelican Park area that we're looking to get. And then afterwards, we're not looking to get hold of any community. We basically want to go out to all the surrounding communities around Grassy Park, where is our home. So we're looking just to target that, because it was really sad for us to actually, because Saturday, it was the rain. We knew it's going to rain. People's not going to show up really that much. But then we had to go out because we heard that communities are scared to come out because of the gangsterism, the shooting that is happening in the poorer communities and all of those sort of things. So that's why we came out with the idea, let's rather do the Meals on Wheels kind of thing, and then rather go out to those kind of communities to actually help.
Do you know, you guys doing a fantastic job. I hope that folks that are watching now will reach out and that you get lots of contributions, and to you and your management team and Mr. Stichling and everybody that's watching right now, we take our hats off to you guys, and fantastic stuff.
No, we do, because at the end of the day, I didn't mention half the people that actually tried and help out for this event, because I mean, we got until the sanitizers, we got donated the food, the bread, like basically Titans was just there to do the manpower. So again, we thank everybody that was actually involved. Cape Rugby TV again for this little exposure, and then also in the back scenes, Renzel, that's always keeping us in the loop on you know, how things are going with the club and all of those. So again, thank you to everybody. Thank you to Cape Rugby TV, and it's been good.
Let's keep it going, and as they say, let's keep the wheels turning. So again, if anybody out there is watching right now, hopefully they'll contribute. Gino, we'll leave it at that, and we'll say thank you very much to you. And again, big well done to all of you guys out making the effort there, and everybody at Grassy Park, everybody at Titans, and we pass on our best, and remember, stay safe.
No, thank you very much, JP. You guys keep well. Thank you very much.
There we go, folks. Gino Topley, of course, a match and registration officer at Titans Rugby Football Club. And as you can see, they're doing something slightly different to organizing matches and registrations. They're now busy with the outreach project. If you can contribute in any way, as I mentioned, you can use our WhatsApp line, and we will, of course, pass those messages on to Gino and his team, and at Titans Rugby Football Club. The number is 079 690 3550, 079 690 3550. That's the WhatsApp line. Message us, and we'll pass those messages on to Gino and the team at Titans Rugby Football Club. Doing an absolutely incredible job. Folks, we'll take an ad break. When we come back from the break, we'll be catching up with Janine De Lange, chairperson of St. George's. And she will also tell us what it is that they've been busy with. As we know, St. George's have been doing their outreach projects for a very, very long time. They continue to do that, and we continue to try and give as much exposure for those projects from our side as we can. We'll see you after the break. Right, welcome back, everybody. It's, of course, Cape Rugby TV time. We carry on talking about what's happening in the world of Western Province Club Rugby. St. George's Rugby Football Club has been talking to us for years. In fact, if I remember correctly, St. George's Rugby Football Club was one of the very first clubs on the show with us, going back many, many years. But the chairperson of St. George's Football Club right now is Janine de Lange. Janine has been very busy, hands-on, for years at St. George's. And as you know, we spoke to Janine a few weeks ago about their outreach project at Gastro, which is, of course, where St. George's is located. And back on the line with me now, Janine de Lange, chairperson of St. George's Rugby Football Club. Janine, it's great to see you again. You look fantastic in your St. George's top.
Thank you, JP. How are you doing?
Yeah, Janine, thank you very much. Doing well. I think, as we said the last time, it's one day at a time, one foot in front of the other foot.
Yes, it is so, because especially in these difficult days and times, yeah, we take it day by day and see what's happening tomorrow. And from there we go forth again.
Janine, the last time we spoke to you, you were busy with your outreach project. We know that you carry on doing it. You've been doing this for years. You're so good at it. Over the years, we've seen you doing soup kitchens, and you're doing kiddies parties and Christmas parties and end-of-year functions. For the fans, the viewers that are watching now tonight for the first time, just tell us, what did you do the last time that we spoke?
Okay. I'm sure about now, you know, we started the soup kitchens in 2006. We had only about 4 ladies then. Currently, we have about 16 ladies working in the different areas here in the Strand community, right up till to the people there sitting outside by the police station, in their tents and stuff there. And for the past few weeks, we've still been busy making food, handing out food, and whatever we can do or lay our hands on to reach our community.
Let's stay on that just for a second, Janine. What type of things is it that you were doing there? Because if I remember correctly, the important things like the ingredients that was going into the pots was really what you were needing at the time.
Yes, JP, that is the most important, the food, the ingredients to start your soup or your food with. And it's actually so a shame, if I can say it like that, that people hear the cry, they hear, but they don't participate or reach out for assistance, you know, especially in this trying time. People find it difficult out there.
What's coming next now? And again, the same question: how can people help?
Shapey, the main thing is there's food. Like the ladies handing out the food and soup every day. There's some people in the different areas cooking soup, food, whatever they can get to make the community happy. They give out. So food, and that is a everyday thing. The different ladies who's doing that. And like every Saturday, we're also doing soup kitchens and handing out food parcels, whatever we can get to give out. And it's not only for the community, there's club members and maybe it's even somebody's neighbor who's in need of something. So it's tough out there, very tough.
Yeah. Janine, also the last time we spoke, you mentioned about utensils, cooking stoves, pots. Is that also still something that you're looking for?
Really, we do need big pots, JP. That is a real need in our community for the ladies to use. And also the ingredients. I mean, if everybody who's listening or can respond with something small, it can make a big pot of food or can reach out to all the ladies to carry on, because the ladies also out of their own pocket to feed the community out there.
Yeah. Janine, we're obviously talking about, you mentioned the last time also staple ingredients, the easy parts, the non-perishable components that make up a solid meal.
Mm-hmm. Yes. So that will be like your maize meals, your maize meal, rice, your tin foods, yeah, all those kind of things. soup mix, soup, split peas. That's the main ingredients to feed people or your community out there. And especially if you make a pot of soup, it can fill up to 200 tummies for the evening or for the afternoon to give something back. And I say a lot of times we're so privileged in our houses. We have our lights on, we have our hot waters and things. There's enough food in the fridge or open the cupboard and there is a loaf of bread. Where there's a big need outside. I mean, if you give the people just a packet of rice and maize meal and sugars and a tin fish, they're so grateful, they're so thankful. And I really want our members, community members, club members, and whoever can participate in this must reach out because we are very blessed.
Janine, are there any sponsors or shops or anything of the sort that whose name you maybe want to mention?
JP, we have one main sponsor, and then the rest is coming out of the community, as I said, and family, friends who don't have a choice. If I ask them, they will give. So I'm very grateful for a few people who's always hands-on and willing to assist, especially in these trying times. We are, as I say again, we are very blessed as people that we have enough, and there's people who's especially now during these rainy days, who ask for a blanket because their blanket rained wet or it's wet now or something like that. So it's difficult.
Janine, just then again for anybody that wants to contribute or get involved, I'm assuming again that the best way to reach out to you is on the Facebook page, and of course they can reach out to us on the WhatsApp line here and we can pass on those details.
Yes, I'll appreciate that, JP. Anytime they can call me and they can be sure that their money or food will be well spent or will go into the correct areas where it's well needed. And yeah, that's the biggest thing, as to keep the ladies also happy, to give to them, to feed the community. Yeah. We'll appreciate that a lot. Thanks.
We'll leave it at that, and we'll say to you again, thank you very much for all the work that you're doing all the time. It doesn't go unnoticed, and I hope that everybody there is really showing their gratitude to you every day.
Thank you so much, JP, and thanks for being on the show. Thanks for having us.
There we go, folks. Janine De Lange, of course, chairperson there at St. George's, the Lulu Boys. 079 690 3550. Please feel free to get in touch with us, and we can pass the details on to Janine and her team at St. George's. As she mentioned, anything that can be contributed, staple foods, groceries, maize, rice, veggies that can go into those pots will really go a long way. And of course, if you have any utensils, cooking pots or gas stoves, anything that you think you can contribute, then as we said, reach out to St. George's, Janine and the team you can find them on Facebook, on the St. George's Rugby Football Club Facebook page, or if you need to, you can WhatsApp to us on 079 690 3550, and we'll pass those details along. Folks, we'll take an ad break. When we come back from the break, we'll catch up with Pedro April, chairperson at Eerste Rivier Rugby Football Club. Also busy with some incredible stuff. Back in a sec. Welcome back, everybody. Cape Rugby TV. We carry on talking about what's happening in the world of Western Province Club Rugby. And as we know, there are not a lot of games at the moment. Well, in fact, there are no games at the moment. But that hasn't stopped our clubs from Western Province Rugby carrying on with their projects, carrying on engaging with their players. It's been quite phenomenal to watch how Club Rugby pulls together over the last 5 months, whether it be to help the players, help the management, help the friends or fans of the club or local neighbourhoods. And one of the clubs that has been helping out is, of course, Eerste Rivier Rugby Football Club. And joining me now is the chairman of Eerste Rivier Rugby Football Club, Pedro April. Pedro, great to see you again, Meneer. How are things on your side?
Awesome being back again, JP. All good, no problems.
Yeah, it's been a few weeks since we spoke last. You've got to give us an update. You've got to give us a catch up. The last time we spoke, you were busy sorting things out at the clubhouse. That was looking fantastic. The grass was looking really good, and of course, you were busy with preparation for your outreach project.
Oh, of course, yes, JP. We've been involved in quite a few events since we last met. So we were involved in the Western Province food parcel distribution event which they have, where we could feed our own club members, which was awesome from Western Province and their sponsors. We also have been involved in some soup kitchens midweek. We also have a big food drive on a Sunday lunch in Kleinvlei, Eerste River. So we've been active over the last few weeks.
From there, of course, you've carried on working at your outreach components. Tell us a little bit about that. What have you been up to, and who's been helping?
Well, we've had quite a few events. One of the events was a Sunday lunch event in Kleinvlei, where we got sponsorships from places like Kuils River Specsavers, which made a contribution to the day, as well as a lot of contributions from the players themselves. Food was prepared and sponsored by coaches. We had an individual old player which come on board and supported us on the day. And we feed quite a large number of the community on the Sunday lunch endeavor, which was just awesome.
You mentioned old players. We've seen quite a few clubs reaching out to old boys. Is that something that you guys are doing? Is you still stay in contact with some of the old boys?
Of course, those are most of our greatest supporters around the field. So they're there every Saturday when we're at home and when we're away. And obviously, they're still part of the club. And for them to contribute in the way that they can is always awesome. Some of them can't maybe get into the administrative side of the club endeavors, but they can get involved in other endeavors where the club is involved, like these soup kitchens, and making numerous contributions and humble contributions to our cause in the long term.
Pedro, in the photographs that you've sent us here, we also see there's quite a few of your women's rugby team members supporting your project.
Yes, we got an active women's group. Always nice to have them on board. They're always busy with the distribution of the food and preparing, but they're always involved in all our endeavors. So it's always awesome having the ladies on board, being Ladies Month. So we're looking forward to great things in the new season with the ladies team. They at this stage busy with their own recruitment. But I'm hoping that is bringing a lot of women back and to the club in future.
Yeah. Pedro, the current projects now, once again, if there's anybody that wants to contribute or wants to support Eerste Rivier Rugby Football Club with the projects, what kind of things is it that you're looking for?
Mainly ingredients. If you can come up with ingredients, I must at this stage just give humble thanks to Tuscany Glen Primary School, their feeding scheme, which at a time when the school was closed and they got certain ingredients, they sponsored to us and we could run a soup kitchen midweek, which was very beneficial to our community. So any help that we can get from any organization would be appreciated, and we all open arms to receive anything we can receive. And we have received quite a lot individual sponsors, but for them and everybody that contributed, I say thank you very much. And we can make this even a long-term contribution to the club in terms of our endeavors to feed our community, because this is something that we can take long-term.
Tuscany Glen Primary School, so they certainly deserve a big mention there. If there are corporates out in the area, local business, are there any there that we can give a mention to? Any local shops that have, even if it's just a small mention to any clubs, any shops that you might want to mention, you're welcome to.
Well, as previously said, I'm very awesome. I'm glad for River Specsavers that came on board for this one event, which was awesome. And the other, some of them wants to be anonymous.
Yep.
Let's leave it at that. Lots of the old players that contributed. And many of the stuff has been contributed by the players themselves. That's awesome. That was awesome. And all the food was prepared by the players themselves and the management.
Did you know that your players can cook?
They're actually awesome chefs. And we need to use them a little bit more on a Saturday, it seems.
That's great. Yeah, that's great. And I'm happy to hear that there's a bit of a smile in your voice under these difficult times. We have to try and stay positive.
Yeah, it's awesome. I just like to say, take this opportunity and tell the players very thanks for all their contributions. Not only on our events, but what has been happening off field. Now, I've noticed them on social media being busy with lots of things, keeping them busy, getting active again. Just don't be caught by the police, city police. Remember our 50 members or 50 people in terms of gatherings, but keep up the great work. It's awesome seeing you guys on social media and getting active for the new season, because we are now in our off season preparing for 2021. Together with it, JP, we are now on our own drive and getting ourselves a little bit visible within the community by getting out our t-shirts and our buffs and masks all over, just making us visible within S10 as a sort of a marketing tool for the 2021 season, so that people can start noticing us again within the community, because this club has never died.
Pedro, we're going to leave it at that, and again then we'll say a big thanks to Tuscany Glen Primary School, and of course, is it Kales River Specsavers for supporting you?
Yes.
Kales River Specsavers and Tuscany Glen Primary School, and hopefully there are other corporates that are watching right now, or small business, that if they're watching you, they will obviously find you on your Facebook page or send us a WhatsApp to get hold of you.
It would be awesome, and thank you for the opportunity once again, JP.
Thanks, Pedro. Pedro April, of course, chairman of S10 Rugby Football Club, and we of course hope that you will all be able to support S10 Rugby Football Club. And then just a reminder, of course, Tuscany Glen Primary School out there making great support to support S10 Rugby Football Club. And of course, if you're a Tuscany Glen Primary School parent or mom, dad or student there, you need to be very proud of Tuscany Glen Primary School for their contribution that they're making to the S10 Rugby Football Club. And then of course the Kales River Specsavers in Kales River, who have been supporting S10 and did support them with their outreach project. So folks, there you have it. If you are out there, go and say thank you to Specsavers in Kales River. Just tell them that you saw on the show what it is that they have done and their kind support for S10 Rugby Football Club. So these are the kind of support initiatives that we have, of course, needed at the moment. Well, not at the moment, but we need all the support that we can get. Folks, on the line with me in a second or so don't go away. Jonathan Avalt is, of course, head coach at Falsebay Rugby Football Club, but he's also been helping out the under-21s with Coach Jerome Parvata, him and Ishmael Dolly. You remember, of course, that we had Ishmael on the show last week. We'll see you after the break. Don't go away. Welcome back, everybody. Cape Rugby TV. We carry on talking about what's happening in the world of Western Province Club Rugby. No stranger to Cape Rugby TV. We haven't spoken to him for, well, at least 3 or 4 weeks now. Jono van der Walt, head coach at False Bay Rugby Football Club. Jono, nice to see you again. How are things on your side?
Hey, JP, thanks for having me again, man. Yeah, things are starting to pick up. There's a bit of activity out there, which is positive, and a change in weather as well. So let's hope things start to get a bit warmer. So, yeah, all good, eh?
Typical as False Bay, as we know, False Bay, you guys don't stop the activity. You've been busy. You've been busy non-stop. You're still busy. Let's start at the beginning. You're still busy with helping the Miracle Kids.
Yes, JP. We kind of continue with our normal outreach programs. Again, times are tough. It hasn't just disappeared. So there's a lot of people that are still in need. There's a lot of people that are still without jobs, food, clothing, and all the rest. So wherever we can help out. That's kind of our aim and mission so far.
Jono, we're going to talk a little bit about Miracle Kids in a second or so. Tell us a little bit about what's happening at False Bay Rugby Football Club. We believe, we know that the restaurants are open now. Can people come and eat there again on a Saturday or during the week at the Bay?
Yes, JP, our restaurant and bar area is fully functional again, and there's always a bit of activity that's happening at the club. We do, our kind of home is at a sports complex, so there is a gym, there's a bowls club, a tennis club, there's a cricket club that's in close kind of vicinity. So there is a lot of hype, lots of cars, and I'd almost say quite a bit of people here and there over the time. So yeah, so False Bay is just another venue, and again, a nice bustling and busy restaurant.
From a player's perspective, as we know, you guys have been staying very active. Lockdown level 2, there's a whole things have been relaxed a lot more. We spoke to Ishmael Dolly last week, and he said the guys there are running on the promenade from time to time. They're getting together in different parts of the province, and a little bit of interaction there. Are you guys doing something similar?
Yes, JP. Sometimes I think maybe some of the players are maybe over me or over my voice and over my messages and all the rest, but I just believe that we always pride ourselves on a club and a team that's very fit and healthy, and just because we don't have rugby doesn't mean that the fitness and the training stops. So even when the gyms were closed, we were still making sure that we were moving, that we were at least running outside and keeping fit, especially in these times where people get sick and get ill, generally in winter as well. And I believe that us keeping fit, keeping together, kind of networking and making sure that guys are holding each other accountable, I think it will do good for us in time to come.
Oh, that's what a club does. A club looks after its members. You've got to stay in touch with your members, and you've got to stay in contact if you want to keep them as members. So absolutely, it sounds like what you're doing is the right thing. Give us a quick indication. I mean, when we look at you guys on Instagram, we see Rhodes Memorial, we see Table Mountain. It looks like your guys are taking advantage of the outdoor space.
Our guys are covering the peninsula. We got from Cape Point to the Mystic Cliff, Scarborough side, to Camps Bay side, across to Muizenberg. We've got the St. James Steps, then we head up Rhodes Memorial, then you got your Scorcher Cliff side. So the guys are getting around, the guys are in the trails, they're in the mountain bikes, they're doing little breakfast, little coffee type things, getting together in small groups. And it's only good, it's healthy. They bring along the wives or girlfriends if they must. And so can't complain. The guys are trying to keep fit and keep moving. And of course, everybody's itching to at least touch a rugby ball at some stage and hopefully even get a bit of a game of touch somewhere.
Does it feel easier for you as a coach that there is now more to do? If we go back 5 months, all you could do is send them messages on WhatsApp and hope for a video of someone carrying a bag of dog food from the shop.
Yes, certainly in terms of programming, certainly in terms of gym work, we can now start to prepare to prep the guys. This kind of would normally be the off season, so that's exactly how we're treating it. And with gyms being open and all the rest, the guys can start putting on a bit of muscle and size. A lot of the rugby players, their muscle atrophy has completely disappeared. And so now they've got a nice steady build-up between now and January next year to kind of make sure that their muscles are firing.
Absolutely. John, one of the things we have to talk to you about is, of course, your involvement with Western Province Rugby and Jerome and the under-21s. We see Ishmael Dolly and yourself teaming up there with Jerome and the rest of the management team, and obviously your skills as one of the top coaches, club rugby coaches in South Africa, is coming to roost there now. You must be enjoying that.
Yes, I think all credit and thanks must go to Coach Jerome for getting Ish and myself involved, and yeah, it's such a nice opportunity when there is no rugby, and so nobody is coaching, and it's so nice that we can do it at Western Province under 21 level. These youngsters are only 17, 18 years old, and they are behemoths, they're giant men, and some of them are very good athletes and very talented. But it's also nice to work with that caliber of player as well, and to hone on some of the smaller skills and the finer details. So Ish and I are kind of combining again. We're no strangers. We've been around. We've almost been around the block for a number of years. We've been together on the emerging amateur side, and we've obviously been fighting it out for SLA league honors year in, year out. So very nice that Coach Jerome has kind of paired us up, and together there's also Coach Oki from Tygerberg is there as well. And then Coach Naz and Coach Jerome. So we've got quite a nice dynamic duo team with some age, some youth, and some experience. So it makes practices quite exciting.
Jono, on a final note, let's quickly talk about the Miracle Kids. We can't go out of this interview without chatting about the Miracle Kids for a bit of time. Miracle Kids is, of course, a home in the Constantia area. False Bay has been helping out there for a long time. Is there anything that you need from your side that anybody can contribute that will help you guys in terms of your outreach project that you have with the Miracle Kids? We know that you've been doing it for a long time and that you're carrying on doing it now.
Yes, JP, always we need stuff. There is a list of essentials on their website page. We are still trying to raise funds to build a roof. We have got some people have been graciously enough to donate some items, but there is always something that's kind of in the need and in the works that's going on. At the moment, we're busy with doing some type of like a virtual fun run where guys can enter and all those proceeds go to Miracle Kids. We're also embarking, myself and Justin van Winkel are going to be doing a long paddle race of 56 kilometers around Cape Point. And all this will be in aid for Miracle Kids and as well. And we'll share those details with you in time where guys can go and donate anything from, so whether it be money, whether it be gifts, prizes, whatever the case is, we'll obviously make all of those details available.
Well, we're looking forward to that, and of course, if there's anything we can do to support, then folks can of course reach us on the shout out line, and of course they can find you on the False Bay Facebook page.
Spot on.
Jono, we'll leave it at that, and we'll say to you, thank you very much for chatting with us. Enjoy the coaching with Coach Jerome and the under-21s. We, of course, know that this will be for many of them, it'll be their last season under-21, and because next year it's an under-20 tournament. And, of course, we hope that there's some sort of announcement that they themselves will have some sort of some matches this year still, even if it is all behind closed doors.
Yes, well, hopefully in positive, especially for the players' sake. You know, the guys are young and they've been training. We've been going for 8 weeks now non-stop, and I hope that they get some sort of rugby. So let's hope that Sarah and the powers that be can make sure that a tournament takes place for them.
Thanks, Jono. Fantastic chatting with you as always. There we go, folks. Jono van der Walt, head coach over at False Bay Rugby Football Club. And, of course, False Bay's restaurant is open, so you can go and grab a meal. And, of course, if you can help out there in any way, we'll be giving you the information as soon as we can. But False Bay is supporting one of the homes in the area there, the Miracle Kids. So stay tuned, and we'll keep you updated on that information. Right, folks, when we come back from the break, we'll catch up with Morgan Newman. Of course, no stranger to Cape Rugby TV. And, of course, no stranger to Western Province Club Rugby. Back in a sec. welcome back, folks. Cape Rugby TV. Of course, we trust that you've been enjoying watching the show. Just a reminder then, of course, our WhatsApp number for those of you that can contribute in any way. We know that there are so many people that need help at the moment. If you can contribute, 079 690 3550. Please send the messages to us and we will happily pass those messages on to whichever club it is that you are looking at supporting to. Any contributions at the moment are most welcome. Right, folks, of course, if you want to win yourself a case of Score energy drinks, Score, of course, on board with Western Province Rugby and the Western Province Club Rugby 7s, then all you need to do is SMS the word SCORE now to 33090. 33090, you win yourself a whole case of Score energy drinks. All right, Score, of course, up for grabs. All you need to do is SMS the word SCORE to 33090. Congratulations to Johnny September. Johnny, somebody from Cape Rugby TV is going to get in touch with you and you will be able to collect your case of Score energy drinks. Looking forward to getting that case of Score energy drinks to you ASAP. In fact, there you can see it behind me now. There's the Score logos. Right, folks, on the line with me now is Morgan Newman, no stranger to Cape Rugby TV. Morgan Newman, of course, international rugby star. He played for the he played against the British and Irish Lions. He played for the Stormers. He played for Western Province Rugby. He played for Hamiltons. He played for Marty's. Superstar rugby star Morgan Newman. Morgs, how are you?
How's it, Japes? I love that intro. Thank you.
I know, isn't that the
I
best?
It was something I missed.
100%. You know,
right?
I can
There's
labour it.
Only one man can give me an intro like that, Japes.
Absolutely, but it's true. I mean, you've got that track record. You know, people who haven't been watching the show, they won't know that you played against the British and Irish Lions, that you captained the side. Of course, we spoke to you in Eshabah, that you played for the Stormers, you played for Western Province, you played for Marty's, you played for Hamiltons. I mean, you've got a pretty full track record.
Yeah, look, I mean, I've played for some good teams, I must be honest. I've been very, very fortunate, and hence the reason I still love club rugby so much and still why I want to be involved and why I was so sad to not see any rugby happen this year. But, yeah, I mean, as long as people are staying healthy, as long as everyone's healthy and raring to go in the new year, then I'm sure we'll be fine. This year we'll just be forgotten. We'll run 2021 in 2020. Is that possible?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we've said it before that we think you guys are just busy getting ready for your pre-season. So we know pre-season rugby is the most exciting time when everyone starts talking about what's going to happen and so on. Are you in touch with the players, Morgs? Are you guys chatting? We know that some of the clubs are going for runs, some of the busy different activities.
Yeah, so we've definitely been in touch. Obviously, you know, keep touching base with guys, making sure they are. I know head coach Phil Cronier has been in touch. You know, we're looking at making sure guys, you know, those that don't have as much as the rest are being fed and being looked after. And Phil Cronier is very, very good with that. And he's really, you know, sort of making sure that players are happy and mentally, physically, everything is well at home. So, you know, we haven't been together as per se. We haven't done any fitness or stuff like that. But as the restrictions get lifted, so we will start to make, you know, touch base with players a little bit more. And hopefully in the near future, you put 1 or 2 training sessions together. But for now, I think safety is the main priority. So communicating by the phone and, you know, 1 or 2 guys meeting at 1 or 2 individuals' houses. That's been the most that we've done. But I think our motto has been, you know, safety above all currently.
Yeah. Have you and Phil been chatting, you and your other management guys? I mean, obviously, this was the season where everybody would get together. You talk about management, you talk about team selection, and you talk about where the club is going. I know the players can't get together, but are you guys at least able to brainstorm a little bit as management?
Yeah, 100%. You know, we've definitely met up, and we've definitely, you know, keeping contact with one another to try and improve on, obviously, even just the basic preseason that we did this year now. We were making sure that we just make sure that we can sort of ironing out the creases that we had this year. Obviously, we had a bit of call it a rough start. You know, Phil came in quite late, and, you know, just to get the ball rolling has been difficult. You know, new head coach and all that. And so what we've done is we've just made sure that we can improve on all those little areas going into the new year. So, yeah, definitely been in touch with players, but just so ready to hit the ground running. You know, I mean, this time really has been for us to improve on things we feel we can improve on without physically being together.
Is there anything specific or anything that jumps to mind, Morgs, about the kind of preparation that you would be thinking about for next season? I mean, I know it's early days and so on, but if we look at the last 5 months of call it the dynamics in rugby with regards to the change in the digital landscape. We know players have, some players will come, some players will go. It gives you time to reflect on strategy, game plans, and so on. And is there anything that you guys have started looking at that might be different next year?
Yeah, look, I think, James, what this has done for us, what COVID-19 has taught us, is that we don't need to be together to keep contact and keep players in certain protocols and make sure they're doing certain levels of fitness and whatever the requirements are. Being in Hamilton's and being in Sea Point, it is a long drive for players, and we respect that. A lot of our players don't come from the Sea Point area, and a lot of them come from the northern suburbs. And so we're definitely looking at ways of keeping guys motivated, still feeling part of the team, yet not necessarily having to be down at the field on a daily basis. Petrol and financially, it is, it can put players out when they need to travel all the way into town to come to a training session. So what COVID has taught us is that we don't need to be together in order to keep contact, number one. And then also, I think, we need to understand that not everyone has had the motivation and has had the sort of the will, you want to call it that, to train. So we're going to look at slightly longer preseason, maybe more gradual phasing in, for the new year. But again, we won't put guys together until we know that the restrictions have been lifted and we're doing things and, the correct measures are in place to make sure that the virus doesn't spread.
100%. Morgs, we'll leave it at that. Quick shout out from your side for the guys that are watching.
Yeah, just a shout out to everyone, all the club rugby community. I've missed the club rugby community so much. I've missed the social media platforms where people are talking about results and logs and fixtures and the banter is going. So not specifically to any club, but just to the club rugby community out there. Let's stay positive. Let's stay safe. And let's come together in the new year. And the things we took for granted in 2020 has taught us that in 2021, we're going to make sure we don't take things for granted and we just enjoy the beautiful game and come out and play rugby for the right reasons. So big shout out to everyone. Much love and stay safe out there.
Morgs, thanks, Morgs. Great chatting with you there as always. Right, folks. Just a reminder that if you want to become a referee in Western Province, it's very easy and they're busy recruiting at the moment. For us to be able to pass on that message, just SMS the word referee to 33090. SMS the word referee to 33090 and we'll pass those details on to Western Province Rugby and you can get the ball rolling to get yourself started as a Western Province Rugby referee. A lot of the courses at the moment are online, and of course you can do an online process and then you get a certificate online and you just need to pass that on to Western Province. So just a reminder then to become a referee, and which is of course something that you all need to do. We all need to know the laws. 33090. SMS the word referee to 33090. Folks, that's a wrap from us here this evening. It's been fantastic talking to you, and as it always is on a Wednesday night when we talk about what's happening in the world of Western Province Club Rugby. And just a reminder, if you can contribute in any way to any of the clubs that need support out there, then please send us your details. Please WhatsApp us so that we can pass your details on to the clubs that are busy with outreach projects out there. At the moment, everybody needs all the help they can get. That number again, 079 690 3550. Just send us a WhatsApp and tell us which club it is that you'd like to be able to support. 079 690 3550. Please, any support you can give will be mostly appreciated. We'll see you again next week, same time, same place. Have a fantastic rugby weekend. Bye-bye.
This Cape Rugby TV feature is brought to you by Score Energy Drinks.